Hello there, lovelies. How you doing? It is Kani Kamala here. I'm initiating some new readings a first time round on YouTube, doing some horoscopes despite the fact that I've done this for a very, very long time. I'm finally putting my face out there in the public forum, biting the bullet, and doing readings for each of the zodiac signs. So this one is for you, dear Sagittarius. And I have some Sagittarian friends that I'm going to dedicate this reading to today. So I thought I'd read them out first. We've got the lovely Lynn, Mark, Pete, my beautiful friend Tracy Joseph, Christiana, my gorgeous friend who's in spirit now, Tommy Cena, who I know will be tuning in, Marnie, Loretta, Kath, Elise, Alicia, Dwana, hey in Canada, Dwana, Liz, Tegan, Julie, Kendra, and I think that's it that I'm aware of. There may be more of you out there who are Sagittarians that I'm not aware of. We are reading for this full lunar moon eclipse in Libra. Libra is the star sign of the romantic. I'm a Libran, so we are charming by character, great listeners, fair, idealistic to a fault, very understanding, and our focus is always love, peace, harmony, whatever's better for the greater good of the community, and balance. Those are the things that we'll be looking at this lunar eclipse. Now, eclipse energy tends to bring up our deepest and darkest shadows. We're in the eclipse portal at the moment, and so what that means is that we've got an opportunity to be accessing and working through some of the challenges that lay deep within us that might be either in a hidden zone that we are yet to acknowledge, or might be as in a blind spot, or might be tucked away somewhere that we kind of pretend don't exist. And the light of this lunar full moon will pour its energy into ourselves and assist us to bring light to those shadow energies. They tend to be things that are in our unconscious programming. And so for the Sagittarian energy, in their horoscope, it would be things like impatience, carelessness, boastfulness, attention seeking, and being very brutal in the way that they communicate things. But because we're in the Libran energy, it's going to be the challenge around Libran lower grade energy, which is things like self-indulgence, indecisiveness, emotional detachment, manipulation, that poor woe is me energy of self-pity, feeling the need to control, being unreliable and impatient. So Sagittarius and Libra do share the impatience there. Now, these energies may not come in for you personally yourself, but you might see them coming into play in your relationships with others or in situations with others. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw 3 cards for an overview to have a look at what we're actually looking at this reading. And then we're going to draw 4 cards for the issue, what is needed, the greatest way to work through that issue, and then the final outcome if we do work through that issue. And then we've got a bonus card from the Divine Abundance deck. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got going on here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, interesting. One of those is the same as yesterday. So we have the eternal flame of the heart. Very, very, very Libran in energy. So, and interesting, of course, because Sagittarius is a fire sign. So here we are already with the flame coming out there. The eternal flame is similar to the violet flame. So it can be used to transmute energy and to shift things that are challenging by burning away the residue of the stuff that we really don't need in our life. Now we've got some Godldn Memories coming in. This one was a central card drawn. So there might be a predisposition during this Libran full moon to feel a bit nostalgic, to go back over things, you know, days that have passed and people that were in our life, and seasons that were amazing and wonderful, and kind of, you know, want to focus on those. Librans are incredibly nostalgic. So definitely the energy around that, around the good memories and things that we want to hold on to that we feel might have eluded us. But of course, we can bring the energy of that into our everyday existence now to help us through things. And then we've got the Gateway card, which is kind of interesting considering that we're already in a portal with this eclipse energy. So the Gateway is an expansive new way of looking at things. It's the activation of the third eye. It's looking at things from a higher perspective. It's allowing ourselves to see things differently, to transmute energy and see it from a higher perspective, so that we're not caught in what I'll call our programming, which is our lower grade energy that we often develop in childhood in response to things that happen to us. So we're not looking at limitation, we're looking at what is the more expansive view. And of course, that's what eclipse energy is all about. It's, you know, let's have a look at what it is that we've got some kind of a limitation viewpoint on, and how can we shift that energy. Okay, getting into our deck now. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. First card is the issue. That's that one. Second card, I've turned it upside down so I don't even get a chance to have a sneak peek. And then we can be in flow. Okay, what do we need to know for our beautiful Sagittarian friends? This one and the final card. Whoops, there's 2. Okay, nice outcome there, because we've already had 2. Okay, the issue. How interesting. Okay, so this is actually a card that we drew yesterday for Scorpio, so this is kind of interesting. It's the card of leadership. Okay, so in this energy, you're being asked to have a look at where there are aspects of your life that you are not taking the lead, that you're not in control of, where there's some kind of a shadow energy in the background that's running the show, and how you can use that shadow energy and that support from the divine, particularly the ancestors, to push through it. Because the reality is we've come here to this earth plane with soul contracts that we want to work our way through in this lifetime. That's the biggest portfolio we're ever going to be given, is to break the chains of our ancestral lineage. So this card says you've got hidden skills, gifts, resources within you. He's got very much the king, ruler, emperor energy to it. You are in charge, you are in command, you've got a commanding presence. There are things that you can put into place to make life flow more easily for you, to bring peace and balance to those emotions that are behind you in the past, and to help you step forward with ease and grace. So when we allow the emotions to run the show, that's when we get into trouble. So you'll notice that the energy is actually a mirrored energy as well. So it can also be that we've left our own consciousness and we're taking a look at what's going on in any situation as it arises as the curious observer, and seeing it from the point of view of, I've had a look at my life. This is what I do want. This is what I don't want. Is the choice I'm about to make, is the trajectory I'm about to follow in sync with where it is that I want to go in my life? Because if it's not in sync, then maybe it's time for an SOS. Maybe I need to stop, observe, steer, and move my energy in a different direction. So that's what the issue is at the moment. Something where you're being called upon to step into leadership skills, either for yourself or for a group of people, and step up. Like there's a portfolio waiting for you to take it up. Now, this is the issue. What is needed? Love. Okay. And there we go, this way. It's a very universal love card. It is a great big green heart with an eye on it, sitting on the top of a pool of water with energy radiating out of it. Okay, this talks about the need for physical healing. Maybe you felt really run down, tired, depleted, don't feel like you've got any energy left at the moment. You might have put your energy into too many baskets, and it's time to, reclaim and withdraw some of that back. It's the eye of awareness, of having a look at what's going out. Is it imbalance in what's going in? And touching the emotions with awareness. So once again, having a look at what it is that you actually want and what are the emotions that are going to bring you there. So if, for example, you might be trying to pour your energy into running or amplifying your business, if you spend your energy caught in angst, getting upset, and focusing on the fact that it's not coming together as quickly as it can, or technology is an issue or a challenge for you, or the systems just aren't in place, or there's too many things to do in a day, or there's no cash flow. If you go focusing down that, which is what we would call shadow energy, then you're going to feel there will be emotions that are attached to that. You will feel frustrated. You will feel depleted. You're going to feel as though you're not successful. You're going to feel as though you're incapable. You can't pull together the things that you want. And that isn't beneficial for you. So have a look at what are the love emotions that might support that vision for the future that you have of being in leadership better. And it might be things like, okay, I want to cut myself a bit of slack. I want to scale down my operations so that I can facilitate success. I want to ensure that I'm actually celebrating something every day. At the end of each day, I want to look back over my day and find 5 successful things that I've done. I want to ensure that I'm surrounding myself with positive people who have shared the same vision as me and who are encouraging and who uplift me. I don't want to be surrounded by people who are going to be challenging and put me down and, bring out the roadblocks and bring up every obstacle that's possible. This is not the time for the black hat wearers. This is the time for the yellow hat wearers in De Bono's thinking hats of optimism. So it's having a look at investing in yourself emotionally so that you create a more powerful presence, a more successful demeanor, that you're able to manifest what it is that you want, because that's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the feeling energy connected to that. So we had the issue, what is needed, greatest way to achieve, what is needed, perfect card, release. Let's get rid of the things that just don't serve us during this eclipse energy. Full moon, perfect time to be doing any releasing work. And this energy is coming from the thymus gland and heart chakra. So we've got synchronicity going on there too, and up. So it's the release of all of the things that other people have told you, all of the beliefs that have been put upon you, the energy that you're stuck in, the energy that you're absorbing from others. Time to let it go. Now you can do that ritualistically by burning it, writing it down and burning it, or you can just do it by letting those emotions go into the earth, or by talking them into the wind. Libra energy, air energy, anything you can do connected to air, or a piece of Palo Santo, smudge, clearing your aura and actually affirming the things that you're releasing as you're doing it. One of the things I like to do, because I work as a complex trauma therapist, is also to engage the inner child in work, because generally that's where our deepest challenges lie. That's where the seeds of our beliefs about the things that we're not capable of, where our limitation programming begins. And so one of the things I like to do is to draw the challenges. I always draw with my left hand because it's got a stronger link to the heart. Draw the challenges, and then I'd pop them out, peg them up on the clothesline or peg them up somewhere out in the wind. I think the last time I did it on my mum's hibiscus tree that we nurture lovingly because it's got her ashes in it. And just let mum take the energy for me, and just let the wind take the energy, the things that I felt were blocking me, and just let it disappear. Okay, so we've got the issue is we've got some leadership things we want to be stepping up into. We want to take the reins, charge ahead, support of the angels there with the number 4. We know that we need to be focusing on that loving, peaceful energy of being kind to ourselves rather than giving ourselves a hard time. Once that compassion kicks in, we can start to release the things that are not beneficial for us. And if we can do that, what an outcome. We have the healing card, breaking free of the chains of limitation and switching on that base and earth star chakra so that you can operate more easily in the earth plane. Now, the interesting thing about this card is that beautiful white light that's flooding the energy of the feet, which is where the earth star chakra is, but also leading into the base chakra. That's actually super conscious connection. So that's the awareness of switching on that connection to the divine so that you see your potentiality from the point of soul and all of the things that you were soul coded with, all of the gifts, the talents, the possibilities. Look at those beautiful colors of the rainbow that are coming in with that, rather than seeing yourself in limitation. It's a number 8 as well, which is seeing yourself at your most abundant, but it's also literally breaking those chains as we change our thought patterns about the way we look at things from that, from those limitations that have come in from our childhood. Then we have a chance to find some balance. And if you have a look at this card, 6 different aspects, the number of being in service. We got the number 2 at the top, which is the number of investing in yourself, relationship with self that facilitates a deeper relationship with others, but it's also the number of balance. And each of those little 6 areas there that has the perfect amount in it. Like there's not one that's outweighing the other. And you also get this feeling of momentum in that card, that there's movement, that things are starting to shift with that balance. Let's draw one card from this beautiful deck, the Divine Abundance deck. And we'll finish up our reading with that. Okay, what have we got? What's the card to finish on? Give me the perfect Sagittarian card, and there it is. Oh, the Standing Stones and Passage. So rite of passage, beautiful, beautiful card to be having in this portal energy. It's a number 40, so it's about angelic support as well too, but it's also about that support from above, from the ancestral realm, that takes us into that capacity to heal the old stories from our ancestral lineage that have been there for generations and generations and generations before us. We can literally carry trauma as an energetic residue within our DNA for up to 14 generations. Now, if you do the quick maths on that, that takes us back into medieval times, and those were some pretty challenging times. So this is a card of connection, connecting with the ancestors, knowing that you've come in to do the work of clearing the lineage, and they're going to support you in any way they possibly can, because ultimately they know that once those chains of lower grade thinking and limitation are broken, that a whole new world can open up for people. Bless your little cotton socks. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to catching up with you in another fortnight's time. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing, because that would get me out there and being able to connect with your energy a lot more quickly. Take care.